And we are live here on the Smokin' Talk and Roll podcast. We're back.
Are we back or are we in Hawaii?
No, I'm back. We took a week off because I had a vacation business trip in Hawaii, and you decided not to do the show without me. So here we are back for the, I don't know, show number 7 or so. What number is this?
Dana knows all the numbers.
Show
Today's
number 8.
8.
We're coming to you live from Audio Bay Studios with our producer, Henry. Say hi, Henry.
Hi, everybody.
And Henry is accompanied by Doug. That's enough, Doug. Perfect. Just a punch in the mouth for Doug. We could have flew in Hawaii green screen stuff behind us tonight. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, I'm not really getting my money's worth out of that green screen. We just get a logo every week. Come on, Henry.
That's
Step
what I'm
up your
saying.
game.
Why aren't there some Hawaiian waterfalls going right now?
All right, give me like 3 minutes.
Work on that while
I
we
dare
talk.
you.
Okay,
So if
I'll
you're
do
new
it.
to the program here, it's called Smokin' Talk and Roll, but it is a offshoot of our business, our food truck, Smokin' Rock and Roll. And we decided to get on this interweb and entertain everybody, to get to know the people that serve you your favorite barbecue.
At least the 3 people standing in front of us, they are having a blast.
Yeah. We have a live studio audience tonight.
We
Let's
do?
hear everybody. A little louder. I hit the button.
So hey, brother, welcome back. We missed you for the week you were gone. You look tan, fantastic.
Oh my Lord! I laid out every day.
Hit
we,
me.
We had an Airbnb right
gotta
on the
get the
water.
story.
So the whole thing was, it was a swim school convention
For what swim school?
for Liquid Lifestyles, my
Ding,
wife's
ding,
amazing
ding, ding.
company, and
Out of what city?
out of Westlake, Ohio.
Ding, 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 ding. You gotta
And
get that shit
so
working.
yearly they do a different seminar convention in different cities, and this year it happened to be in Maui, Hawaii. So she took her and her business partner Mike Cousineau and most of their coaches. Was it all the coaches, guys? Most of the
it was,
coaches.
It was most of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that they could go to these seminars and learn. You know, it's like, I don't know, Henry, you're one of the coaches. You both, Henry and Doug, our producers and engineer, are also coaches at Liquid Lifestyle. So chime in here and tell me what this. I didn't go, so I don't
Was
know.
it better than
What?
the one in Akron last year?
There's one in Akron.
No,
There was not. That's his comedy. He nobody knows what he's talking about.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
No, it was pretty good. I think me and Doug learned a lot when we were there. Got a little bit of sun while we were at it. And
Was swimming one of the things you learned?
we did learn how to swim.
That's
that was my
good.
first time swimming.
It wasn't so much learning how to swim. Obviously, it was how to teach swimming.
Right. No, I know.
So
I'm
out of
busting
the
their
3 of
chops.
us in this room that happened to be in Hawaii last week, how many of us actually blew chunks?
That would be 1.
That would be 1. We had a giant party. And okay, and I don't want to talk too much because we're getting off topic here, but who made the Hawaiian punch mixture and who made it too strong? Doug.
Doug.
So Lee and I and Mike and his wife Michelle, we went snorkeling. I saw some of the most amazing fish. We snorkeled inside of a
Turtles?
crater.
Oh, dude.
Inside of a crater, and half of the crater washed away from erosion and stuff. We were down in a crater, and it went from like 2 feet, and then it dropped down 100 feet, and there's fish and octopus and all that good stuff. So we did a bicycle tour with bikes with a pedal assist, and it's crazy. So you got a bicycle and you're pedaling, but you got a battery too. So it's like riding a motorcycle. It was awesome. It was
So
fun.
like when you go uphill, you stop
Oh,
pedaling
you don't
and
have
it
to pedal, you
just
just turn the throttle and zing right up. But the thing is, look at the screen. Good job, Henry. The thing
Look
is,
at that.
There's your waterfall.
My
is
man.
they have these bikes capped, governed at 20 miles an hour.
That's great.
So going down
we should do
hills-
this more often, Henry.
There you go.
Going down hills, it was a little dissatisfying because you look forward to the down hills where you're going to start flying, but then the bike slows down. But, it was
But you're probably riding tandem or something, aren't you?
fun. No, we all had bikes. No.
Because I know you want to go 110 miles down the hill, while
even at
everybody else
20.
is very comfortable going 2 miles
Well,
an hour
no,
down
that's
the
not
hill.
the case. Mike Cousineau,
Well,
Leo's
I'm sure
partner,
he's
a
bald,
he's a
yeah.
triathlete.
Yeah.
He goes fast, and he's had some pretty wicked spills on the bike. One of these days, we'll get one of the pictures of him and put on the green screen. Leah, my wife, is a little reserved. She's like hitting the brakes at 20 miles an hour. But we did bicycles. We did a tour in the car called the Road to Hana. and it's 50 miles along this road that goes along the coast through all the old towns, which are gone, but they built this road originally in the 1500s. So some of it's paved, some of it's stone, some of it's dirt, some of it's wide enough, some of it's single lane. The bridges are scary. Sometimes you're driving right off the edge of a cliff that's 500 feet down and there's cars down there. It's crazy. And you download an app, and the app reads you by GPS and it talks to you. It's, all right, coming up here is the 7 pools. Get out here if you want to swim the 7 pools. With a Hawaiian accent. I don't have a Hawaiian accent, so that's
Was that your Hawaiian accent? Because that would be awesome.
I tried
if
not
it
to
was.
sound Australian because because my son Tanner, we go to this water park called Aquatica, and they got this speaker running all the time saying, if you lose an article of clothing, and he does it. He's a little 9-year-old boy. He does it awesome. So I'm trying to be Hawaiian but not Australian. So that was my Australian.
You're failing at both.
I am. So if you want to call the show, dial the number on the bottom of your screen, 216-435-5249,
And there's an extension,
extension
713.
713.
And if you want to be a sponsor for the show, it's 216-539-2239. We love money because money pays for Henry, pays for these cameras, pays for the shot caller.
Wait a minute. It pays for the cameras? I get my money back? Sweet!
No, well, we're going to start with the computer and then the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
So, hey, Smokin, Talk, and Roll, we're here every Tuesday night. We moved to Tuesdays. If you're tuning in, thank you. We didn't want to compete with Monday Night Football, and I wanted to be on the couch for Monday Night Football. And last
get
night's
it.
football game was atrocious.
I don't know. It was my birthday, and I sat on the couch with Dana. She made me all 3 meals. We watched movies. I was in my PJs.
That's why I didn't call you.
I'm a shut-in. Like, on my perfect best day ever. Blinds are closed. TV's on loud.
I will tell you
horror
this right now.
movies.
I'm going to crack a Stroh's right now.
We maybe had a glass of wine
And I'm
last
going
night
to
with
toast
dinner.
you for your birthday. Happy birthday. 50-some years old.
We've known each other how long?
10 years or so?
10 years. That's the first time you wished me happy birthday.
I'm not a happy birthday guy.
You are not.
happy
But
birthday.
I appreciate it. You're changing. Look at that. Well, thank you, brother. That was great. So, yeah. So I did not watch football. I did pay attention to my fantasy football, which destroyed and is winning the league. But no.
I won too.
Oh, yeah, you did win.
I won.
You're right on my heels.
And who did I play yesterday?
Hayden Grove is getting his ass kicked.
Good for Hayden. You know, these
He's a
radio
sports broadcaster
talk
guy,
guys,
and he's
yeah.
0-3.
And he's like sports writer for Cleveland.com, and he knows about football, and he's 0-3. I love it.
I thought we were playing fantasy fucking soccer, and I'm still kicking his ass.
Yeah. So I'm going to do good, I think, because if my running back, Christian McCaffrey, would get off his butt and start running, and I wouldn't have taken him, but I had to be on computer auto pick for the first couple picks because I was coaching football. And that's who the computer picked for me. I would have picked Nick Chubb all day long.
Right. So the food truck is going to be a few places this week, which we always like to touch on because it is the Smokin' Talk and Roll from Smokin' Rock and Roll podcast. So we're going to be
At the Lakewood Food Truck Park Friday. How do I know this in my head and you're reading it off of a script?
There's other places we're going to be at.
We're going to be at a pig roast at St. Ed's on Friday.
That's a private. You can't say that.
Oh.
Would you let me do my job, Hawaii? Come on. All right, October 29th, Independence Corporate Center. It's a lunch job, food truck, whatever day October 29th is. I think it's a Thursday, Wednesday. It can't be the October 29th. That's way too far away.
That's a typo.
That's a typo.
So let's talk about the big one we're going to be at. This
Crocker
Saturday.
Park Food Truck Challenge.
Crocker Park Food Truck Challenge. In our studio,
That's all
behind
going to hell.
lovely Dana, the shot girl. Are you the shot girl?
She's a shot caller.
shot caller, are 8 prestigious awards. It's a prestigious award. For 2 years running, winning 4 out of 7 or 8 awards at the Crocker Park Food Truck Challenge. And we are back this Saturday to try to win some more awards. Now, I thought about this.
Tell me.
I'll let you comment. I'm not going in with any high hopes because
We never do, really.
we never do, but you know, I'm sure we'll win a couple. I want to do our best, but if we don't win a lot, I mean, it's not a failure. They got to mix these awards up with other people.
100%.
But we're gonna try.
Oh, we try as hard as anybody in the game.
I think
mean,
the
when it
one
comes to the
thing-
food truck challenge, me, you, and Matt, we're talking, and the rest of our staff, we're all talking like 2 months in advance of the job, like what should we start doing?
Yeah.
And just this week, we start putting it all together.
Yeah, and the one thing, and we're going to try some of that on camera tonight.
We're gonna try some
Okay.
of it.
And-
Maybe it might not be in the challenge. It might be in the challenge. If you're in another food truck, it might be. It might not be. You never know. It could be SpaghettiOs, bro.
All the food trucks are watching us right now.
Yeah.
But I will say the one thing that I enjoy the best is trying to win the friendliest food truck, or what the friendliest, most friendly food truck.
Yeah.
That's when I come out of the truck and I shake hands and kiss babies.
That's when we lost those 20 votes last year that would have really put us over the top.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah,
You got all the buttons. You're supposed to hit the buttons. Where's my
It's here
meat?
for me.
Yeah. But we are back at the Crocker Park Food Truck Challenge this weekend.
Please, yeah, it's this
Saturday, October
Saturday,
1st.
and we'll be bringing one of the food trucks out and the ice cream trailer
We
for
are.
best in a cup. Is that what it is called?
You're best through a straw.
Best through a
What
straw.
we can talk about that.
can
What are you
talk about
making?
it.
Tell that one.
We are going to do a milkshake featuring our signature ice cream, maple bacon bourbon. So it's going to be a maple bacon bourbon milkshake with a candied bacon covered in chocolate. What do you call that? Not a garnish, but a
You got candied bacon with a chocolate drizzle on the rim.
yes. What do you call
That
that?
sounded
like a garnish
that
or something?
sounded,
or-
sounded a little Jeffrey Dahmer right there. Chocolate drizzle on the rim. No, don't go there too early. That's when you
should've
should have done my meat is moist.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get that one down, bro.
It's on another page.
You got to learn your buttons.
Hello, Todd. I just wanted to tell you, your food truck makes me moist. Moist.
Okay. Before we bring on our guest,
We have a guest today, and I like it that his headphones are pre-set up right here.
and he's got skull and crossbones on his fucking head.
And these are
Headphones. I
been
don't
been
got-
around for a long time. A lot
I
of
don't got
famous
shit.
words have gone through these headphones, and I'm honored that they're sitting next to me and I get to touch them.
They're legacy headphones right there.
Before we talk about our guest, we're going to talk about what?
I just wanted to find out what was the best place you ate at in Hawaii. I want to know because we're a food show, so we talk about food and music. That's what we do. Best thing you ate in Hawaii? Tell me.
The best thing I ate, we cooked.
And you better not say White Castles or something stupid.
No, they didn't have anything like that. What did they? They had some fast food, but the best thing, and I think you guys can agree, the night that all the coaches came out. So, backing up, we had one Airbnb for my wife and I, Leah, and her business partner Mike and Michelle Cousineau, which was like an upstairs of a condo, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a large kitchen.
I saw the videos.
Yeah, looking out over the water. So
Quite sweet.
The coaches had one floor of an Airbnb, and the girl coaches had another floor. So you guys were separated, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one night we invited everybody over, and Mike and I cooked a complete seafood feast for everybody.
Really?
So we cooked blackened mahi-mahi. Was it marlin, the whitefish in the pan? Marlin.
Yep.
And then big, thick tuna steaks. And then we had edamame. We had ceviche,
ceviche. Yeah.
what you like. And we had a lot of that. That was delicious.
Raw fish and
Raw
citrus.
fish and citrus.
yeah.
And that was a big thing on the island.
For
And
sure.
We had all the fixins. So that
And
black
you cooked it all
mahi-
yourselves.
Yeah, we cooked it all ourselves. We spent all day, and you might not have known this, but food prices on the island are double. Loaf of bread, $10. Dozen eggs, $10.
Oh, I know.
All that fish, the bill for that dinner, you guys, we didn't want to tell you, but I guess we'll talk about it now. $600.
So it's like going to Heineken.
Well, I mean, but it's a deal. Yeah, exactly. But that's actually pretty good because we fed over 10 people, $60 a person.
Yeah.
Now, we did go to a restaurant on the other side of the island, and I don't know what it was called, but it was like a farm-to-table restaurant. And you would have loved it because you're sitting there eating right on the water. There's some real nice pictures that Leah
You're
took.
pointing at Dana.
I am,
Yeah,
because she would have liked it. You
Yeah.
have no class. So, so you're eating, and then a bunch of feral cats walk by that are like native to the restaurant, and they accept them because they get to eat. They're real nice, and there's ducks going by, and there's mountains and palm trees. And I had a real good steak over mashed potatoes and asparagus, tempura asparagus, tempura asparagus.
Tempura.
Tempura.
All right.
delicious.
No pig roast, right? No pigs wrapped in banana leaves, buried in the
We
ground.
did have pork one time at the awards ceremony for the swim school convention, and I couldn't eat it.
But you guys didn't do like a luau thing where you go
We
there.
didn't
and
because
they do,
we
you
had a
know-
mini luau at that thing because there was a fire dancer, and then they had that
Oh, yeah.
that meal. But the luau's were pricey, and we were oh my god, we spent so much money on food.
Was the fire dancer hot?
He was hot. He was delicious.
I was gonna go there with Henry,
Yeah.
but you left. You closed
So
the door
tonight's
on me.
show, I'm drinking Strohs. Every week we have drinks on here.
Yeah, it could be wine, it could be beer. It could
Yeah,
be
you
whatever.
always drink the same old
I got
Corona or Mick Ultra. What else do you drink?
No, I've had red wine on here.
Well,
he
yeah,
drinks
beer
wine.
wise. Every week, I pick a different beer.
Yeah, and they
What
just
brought
get
to
shittier and shittier and shittier.
This is Stroh's.
That's
Traditional
pretty
brewing
fucking
heritage
shitty, bro.
since 1775.
Well, while that's not necessarily the perfect segue.
Another
for our
funny
guest-
thing, and
Oh,
then we'll go to the segue, is we go to the store to buy our initial groceries, and we're like, we want to buy some island beer. We're going to buy island beer because we want traditional Maui island beer. So we bought Kona, the Kona beer, and
it's like
Yeah.
Hawaii's version of Coors or
yeah,
whatever.
it's like the longboard and the
Yeah.
golden ale and the da-da-da. So I'm drinking it, and it's pretty good. It's going down good. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, Kona. I'm like, brewed in Oregon.
And New
Everybody
Hampshire.
drinks it. And New Hampshire. Yeah.
Right.
So if you go to one of Leah's stories, that night I said, don't throw your beers away. Let's save all the beers for the week. So we must have drank 100 cans of beer. And I did a big giant beer pyramid. And I put my head through it. We had beer. The girls had all the White Claw or whatever they're drinking. And if you
the
notice...
Trusts and the Trulies or the whatever.
Yeah. Do you notice the very top can was, I drank one night Mad Dog 2020 in a can.
Ooh.
It was awful.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was so bad. But
I'm gonna barf now just you saying that you drank Mad Dog 2020 in a can.
funny
in
story.
2022.
You saw me putting my head through that beer?
I did.
And she did it slow motion. I went like this, and I caught my forehead on the edge of a beer, and I immediately thought, oh, man, I might have caught myself. And I didn't, but then I felt it. I did. So I got a little bit of a cut right there.
So you didn't catch the lip of the can and one of the wrinkles on your forehead?
No,
from
that's
being
just a
56?
natural wrinkle.
All right, let's move on to our guest because we're boring.
Well, let's move on to our guest. Do we even advertise the guest, or we just
We did.
surprise her?
No, we did.
So people know.
We had two guests scheduled for tonight. One of them is not making it, which is Robbie Flair. He's rescheduled for next week, which again, considering everything that's happening, is more of an appropriate setup. Him and Sally and Brad Slitt next week in promotion of the October 8th.
rock and roll glam rock reunion. So we'll talk about that tonight.
We'll touch, but we have
Corey and I
we have a whole show
This guy and I
dedicated
are
to
going
it.
to talk while you make
Well,
the
yeah.
feast.
The food's pretty close to being there, but
All right.
let's bring him in. Corey Roddick, WMMS Speed Rail, bass player extraordinaire, and my dear friend, brother,
Corey Roddick.
oh, headphone hug.
I'm gonna break you kind of. I'm kind of upset to hear about the luau. I thought that they're all supposed to be like Screech walking around with the coconut
With the
bra.
coconut bras.
Yeah.
No, it was a.
So it was nothing like Saved by the Bell. is what
No,
you're
it
telling
was a
me.
one-man,
Man.
5-minute fire juggling
And
show.
can you imagine what they think like when people from the mainland go to Hawaii and they want to get that luau pig roasting? They're like, oh, here we go, a bunch of fucking nutbags coming from the
America,
mainland.
yeah.
No, they're probably like, sweet, bring this on.
Well, right, the money is probably great, but like,
It may be a
we gonna,
factor.
they probably talk differently and they do their dance and they walk away and they're like, yeah, bro, we're gonna go to the bar and
It was a 10-minute thing. It was really not too good. So
But overall,
Did
Hawaii was
swirl
good.
any fire though?
introducing Corey Roddick, man of many hats,
Yes.
local talent on WMMS,
Let's
Yes.
point out my baldness right off the
Local
bat.
rock
this guy's
star.
always wearing hats.
Speed Rail.
yeah.
What else?
Monkees fanatic,
Monkees fanatic, rock fanatic.
rock fanatic, hair band psycho, pretty boy Floyd fan, and a monkey nutbag.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's up with
And
this Pretty Boy Floyd
kind of-
bullshit?
what
You
do you
got
mean?
two members of Tough on either side of you, and you're wearing the wrong hat.
Oh, I didn't know I was coming to battle. Let's talk about insecurity, Billy. I've done a lot of therapy.
Well, going back in Corey's history, I don't know if Todd knows this, but at one point, Corey and I had our own radio show on WMMS.
That's true.
It was called Native Noise, and we got to play all local music from all the local bands for 1 hour. I think it was like Sunday nights at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it was 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
10 to
And
11.
So
do
it's
you know?
drive time.
Yeah, it was a prestigious time
You know
slot.
what? Yeah.
Drive
Now,
time
do
somewhere.
you know? Do you remember? Because I remember why we got bounced.
Oh, I have no idea.
We got bounced for Dee Schneider's House of Hair.
Oh,
That's a good bounce, though. I mean, that's a good show.
if you're gonna take one,
Dee Snyder's a good one to get one from.
Yeah.
well,
But we had a good time. So
We
all the
had fun,
bands
didn't
would
we?
submit music, and I didn't know how this worked, but you go into the radio show and everything's on a computer, and you just kind of like insert the songs in the slots that you need songs in. So I'd play one of my songs every week. I'd play the Zooters every week, and sometimes, most of the time, we would always pick kind of a joke song, and we'd play something that would make people laugh. Right? Remember the one that we played all the time?
oh wow, is this gonna get me into a fight?
Who cares?
I mean, they can come here. There's at least
Didn't
two against one.
Didn't was Zaza or Dave Dennis wrote like some sort of LeBron song or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cheeseball, corny,
And he got in there, didn't he?
He did, but we played all Mushroom Head and all the good songs.
Bring on more LeBron Mushroom. You know what? I will talk a little Mushroom Head.
Talk shit. This is what the show's about.
We can curse.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Here, get a little closer.
Let's
Come on,
cuss.
You're
Yeah.
You're a radio.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't want to move Ozzy's
Look, you
throne
came
here.
in and we gave you the
Not Ozzy's
throne,
throne.
bro.
You are Ozzy tonight, bro. There you go. That feels better. Now I
Little
feel
bit.
like
Now
I'm
we're
sitting
in
next to the Prince of Darkness.
All right, I'm going to interview you.
Oh, go please.
Why don't you start and tell us about your band, Speed Rail, and who's going to play drums? That hot girl, the only reason you're getting gigs, quit.
You think that's why?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, you see this coming to your stage, you know what to look
Dude,
out
you
for.
look great on stage. You got to look.
And that's exactly what we need to focus on here. How's it sound? Who cares? Does it look loud, bitchin'? Sweet.
So your drummer gave you the notice. Is she still playing gigs or is she out now?
Yeah, yeah, we're
Bailey's still
still
playing, but you're looking for a drummer.
We are in the process of figuring all that out. What our next move's going to be.
So when did you start Speed Rail?
Speed Rail was the thing that came up like right before pandemic. Like
Terrible time to start a band and want to play out live, but a great time to
Well,
get
we
rehearsals
saw it
in.
coming, and we're like, you know what will be the best idea? Let's hype up a band and then not be able to play for 2 years. And it worked out beautifully, wouldn't you say?
You are a genius at marketing.
Oh,
One
I can't
thing
take all
I
the credit.
did just get a text message from Chris Aiken, and I think I slammed him. I don't know. They had another show on 92, and I think I said, "Oh, finally some talent on the air." As a joke, and me and Chris Aiken decided not to like me for a minute, but we've kissed and made up. And I love you, Chris. Thanks for chiming in.
Well, I love everybody, and I don't have a dog in any of these fights. You son of a bitch. No,
Oh, come on.
no,
There ain't
no
no
dogs,
dogs.
there's
in
no
fight. There ain't no
fightings.
dogs. There ain't no fight. As long as I'm next to Todd, there ain't no fighting. Yeah.
no way. So yeah, it was a good time to like Han Solo, our guitar player. He like came to me. He's like, I just want rowdy mother effers. You want to do this? I'm like, hell yeah, because I stopped playing in bands for like 5 years, man, and so it's like, okay, it's about to be go time. Let's go play, and then pandemic happened. So it's like, let's put off learning how to play again for another year.
But you've never really, you've always noodled around. You're always making basses. You're playing bass. I mean, I see you on social media, and you're a music guy through and through, brother.
That's all I know.
Whether you're a player, a spinner, a talker, or whatever, you're all music all day, 24/7.
It's all I know, and I wouldn't have it any other. I could not kind of tell you what the vice president of the United States looks like right now, but I can rattle off how many different members of
I don't
LA
know what he
Guns
looks
there
like
have been.
either, but he looks
47.
different.
He's not so hot.
He is not so hot.
I just stepped. Oh, she's a woman, isn't she?
So
Can we talk about Pretty Boy Floyd again?
let's talk about
I
your
tried to get
early
Steve to
days.
call in.
Your early days of you guys.
How much would he charge for that?
I know. I know.
There you
a
go.
guy.
Now we're getting to
Your
the
early
spirit.
days of Shock Cinema.
Oh my god, dude! I loved that band so much, man.
Yeah. So, dude, thinking about Shock Cinema, we're old.
Speak for yourself.
That was early '90s.
No. We were like Shock Cinema was the thing like late '90s.
Well, mid '90s, because you guys used to play the Red Eye Rock Club, right?
No, that was like
that
right
was
after
Bad
the,
Madam.
Bad Madam.
Bad
There were a
Madam.
bunch of like Shock Cinema came out of the ashes of like, oh shit, I don't know. Justin had some band. I think they're called Freak Show, and Shane was Knockouts.
Shane
and
Vane,
everybody.
the Knockouts.
Shane Vane, dude.
And Johnny Jail was
Johnny
in-
Jail, and
What was Johnny Jail in before?
Jail.
Was he in Shock Cinema? No.
No.
Andy Kane was a guitar player.
of
Shock Cinema.
no, Just Insane was.
Just Insane.
Yeah.
It wasn't Andy Kane. It was just
And
Insane.
none of these names are made up. Like these are all people we know. Like you remember that time Carrie Mandy Lane?
Well, the
dropped
names
his
are
Les
made up.
Paul?
They're not real. They're real people with real fake names.
But
Like that's
this
nobody's
happened,
nobody's
man.
named just insane.
We have some stories that would rival that.
Mr.
Legs.
Insane
Should
is
have
Justin
been.
available to go out and play kickball with me?
This is insane. That's great.
Oh shit!
They were good times, man. What a great time to like be the only glam band in town.
You guys took it to an extreme.
we had a hand to us. Really, who else was going to open for
Pretty Boy Floyd.
Dokken at the Revolution? Pretty
Yeah.
Boy Floyd was. Oh my God, those were the best nights of my life, dude. I love
Yeah.
that band. Better than Tough.
So I'll tell you a story. So
Sup, Stevie?
I was in LA. I was in LA.
Oh.
I don't know what I was there. I think with Warrant, and I was there.
I can tell you why you were there.
Oh shit.
You were there because you were about to leave on tour with Warrant. And I feel like that might have been your first tour with them. I'm not sure, but I know that Shane from Shock Cinema was going to join you on tour. He was going
Oh,
to be
that's
tech.
right.
Bam!
Why didn't he do that? Why
He
didn't
did.
He did for a minute, didn't he? Oh, you know what? He did.
Oh.
He was my guitar tech for about a week, and Caesar Sabatini, and Shane did a fine job. Shane was fine, but Caesar played favorites with everybody, and he wanted his guy in. He's got to go. My guy's coming in, and so he.
You guys ever call him
he,
Caesar salad?
we called him Little Napoleon. He was a little guy, and he had the little guy's complex. But currently now he's like Alice Cooper's guy right now.
Oh.
And he was on the Monster Rock cruise, and I never saw him. That's how big that boat is. So
It's a big boat.
I'm on Sunset Strip,
Oh
and
my
I walk
God,
into
dude.
the Rainbow.
I
right?
love this story so much.
Well,
And-
then you tell a little.
no,
better
I
than
want
me.
you to
Well,
go because I've
so
told this story so many times through the years.
You
All
guys
I
probably
remember-
have two different variations.
All
of
I
that.
That's
remember
why I
is
wanna
walking
hear
in,
this.
and I see my good friends from Cleveland. What a great coincidence! What are you guys doing here? And they were eating. They were all sharing a large pizza, right? Because that's all they could afford. And you guys were stuck for money, right?
Oh yeah, we ran into an unforeseen circumstance.
So it was actually pretty cool, divine intervention that I walked in there because I had some bucks on
I'll
me,
say we were starving.
and I gave you money.
Right.
There you have it.
Now, I'd like to take it a step further.
All right, because that's all I remember.
Well, that's the thing. The fact that I do have a clear memory of this tells me that I was out of beer money.
You were out of your mind.
That too.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and it was one of those situations where one of the guys in the band brought forth a unforeseen financial situation, and it was not me.
Okay.
Believe it or not, that was like the best behaved I've ever been in LA. I was at it, but like, so we're sitting there like, shit, we still have another day here. How are we gonna eat and all this? In walks Billy, and it's like, dude, are you gonna ask him? I don't know. Ask him. Like we were hemming and hawing back and forth about this for a while, but then when we got back, dude, there was so much fallout from that trip out there with that freaking band. But I made sure, dude, that you got every penny
did.
back.
Not a problem.
Mainly because I knew it would follow me around for the rest of my life if
Well,
I
you
didn't
know
make
what,
sure
I-
he was taken care of in a timely manner.
So you made him pay you back.
I
wasn't
never make anybody pay me back. And let me tell you how I am. If you borrow money from me, which I loan money to people because I'm a big-hearted guy, and you pay me back, we're bros.
Yeah, he's a saint. He is.
If you don't pay me back, it's worth it because I know that you're not my
break your
brother,
freaking
and I will
legs.
never loan you money again. So
Can I borrow $20?
sure, it's in your desk.
Can I tell another story real fast?
Yeah, sure.
Real
No,
fast.
it's your show, bro. We're
No,
just,
this is.
It's better when you tell
well,
stories.
yeah, but if you got stories, you're taking notches off my belt. You're doing me a favor.
You are listening to Corey Roddick from WMMS, The Buzzard.
Dude, this was when Shock Cinema, this glam band I was in when I was like real young, dude. We were like 20 and 21, 22 years old. We were young. Well, we were recording with Billy at his studio, and
Where was it at? Which of the 50 studios?
oh, shit,
in the
what was
barn?
the name of that town? It was the
Parma?
it was the second level of like a guest house. What the hell is the name of that town?
Is it in Cleveland?
The Revolution. Was it the Red Eye upstairs?
No,
of the
no,
Red
no.
Eye?
This was a building like on a property. I'm trying to remember. What
Holy
is the name of the town? That's all I need to know is the name of the town.
Okay.
Dream State. What the hell was the name of the town? Columbia Station.
Yeah, it was in my mom's barn.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, we're showing up. We're gonna lay down this fucking record, dude, and it's so weird to cuss. We're gonna lay down this record and walk up, and Billy now has.
You're going to be screwed tomorrow when you go on the radio tomorrow. You're going to be like, and today's traffic report, you're fucked.
I assure you that won't happen. We need to make sure that doesn't happen.
We just
okay?
make sure that doesn't happen.
So we roll up in there, and Billy Morris is all like, "I just got a Kiss pinball machine." Sure enough,
yeah.
there it was, and it was my band carrying this thing up these stairs.
I made you guys carry the pinball
There
machine
was
up.
no making. He did ask.
How sweet was that? I can't believe I sold that thing. I sold it for
Let's tell
1,500
stories
bucks.
like that, Billy.
Oh, you don't want to tell that story.
Oh, I really don't.
Tell them.
I don't have many.
set
I
it
gotta
up.
finish this one.
Finish that one.
All
up.
right.
So I make you carry the pinball machine up like
He forced us. He
about
coerced
15 rickety barn steps. They're not normal
I
steps.
remember
Well,
being
I've, been,
25.
I've been up them steps.
Right.
Up and down many a time with food. Yeah, you go.
us, dude. So we get this thing up there, and that's cool because I'm just stoked to be in the presence of one. It was awesome. So then we come back a couple weeks later because nothing's ever quick and easy, and well, except yeah, I'm not gonna say that. So we come back a couple weeks later, and there's the pinball machine in all its glory. It's flashing, everything's sweet. Billy Morris says to me, "Hey man, you want to make a bet?" And I'm like, because I'm not the gambling type. So then I'm like, well, what? He's like, if you beat me at this pinball machine, you're gonna take it home. If I beat you, I get the shirt off your back.
Let's go.
Let's do this, and. So, and it was like,
So you lost your shirt.
but I almost won the right to keep my shirt. And that was the thing of the story. So much like paying you back and actually giving you my shirt, which you eventually gave back, we keep words around here. That's exactly what you guys do with the integrity of smoking rock and roll, correct? Bam!
Bam! I sold that pinball machine. What an idiot.
All right, let me ask what
1,500 bucks.
to who?
My ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend at the time, or now he's ex.
absolutely
Janine St. Clair's current ex-boyfriend.
Is it still in reach?
I don't think so.
Certainly in reach for 1,500
you remember
bucks.
who-
unless
you know
you've
who
been sitting
Janine
in the
St. Clair is?
basement.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Flipping cherry bomb.
That was the first band I ever saw in a club. It was them.
I'll tell you about this
It was
girl.
Kid Wicked, What's Up Joey, and Slaughter. Slam jams in the flats.
Oh my goodness.
I was a
It was Fatal Charm.
junior
No,
in
it
high
was
school.
Cherry Bomb.
Oh, I said Kid Wicked. Shit. Yeah, it was Fatal Charm.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, fuck
Cherry
me.
Bomb.
See,
Were you
it's a
in?
good thing
Were
we-
you in Fatal Charm?
No, no.
Is that Joey D's band?
That's Joey's D's original band.
Oh, dig it.
I
Before
can't
they
believe
became
I screwed that up.
Before they became modern, cut their hair and changed their name to Liquid.
Hey, shut up, man, because I'm in like 4 bands right now, and Liquid's one of them.
Well, then why don't you guys ever play out? Why don't you play this show with us coming up on October 8th?
I have an engagement with Speed Rail at the Doghouse in Elyria. What do you mean?
The Doghouse in Avon
Hey,
Lake.
come be my guest. The first thing
Is
we're gonna
it
do.
Elyria?
Hey, tell me about your band.
It's
Hey,
Elyria and Avon, or Doghouse in Avon Lake.
I don't fucking know. It's at
It's
the
Avon Lake,
Doghouse.
bro. Get no-
Facebook.com/SpeedRailCLE.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about this show coming up. You want to talk about it now? Anyway, keep talking.
Please
Talk about your
What's your-
first
what's your-
first show, Cherry Bomb. Talk about Cherry Bomb.
Oh, it was crazy because that was the first time I'd ever been to a concert that wasn't like, because I knew I bought a ticket. I was expecting I was going to walk into,
Coliseum. or
yeah,
something.
the Coliseum, or at the very least like the Odeon, I guess. So I walk into this bar in the freaking flats, and I don't know, dude. I'm there at like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, you're waiting, yeah.
Yeah, I figure, they'll probably go on, I don't know, like 9 o'clock.
I better get there at
Dude.
2:30, right?
Well, first of all, we got bamboozled into polishing Blas Elias's cymbals, which
There
we
you
thought
go.
was pretty sweet because, that's how it was. But, like, so the first band I ever see go on, I determined, this is now like 10 o'clock, and I know for a fact my mom's going to be bent out of shape, and I'm probably not going to get to go see Skid Row that same week. Anyhow, I see Cherry Bomb go on stage, and I remember because Rose had a jug with her with some writing on it, and I remember my buddy that was with me, you know him, Johnny O was in Shock Cinema. You kicked him out of your club at least 12 times. He
Get out.
He yelled,
Bye, Johnny.
Vixen! And Rose didn't like that at all. But that was my experience.
And Rose will kick your ass.
Yeah, dude, and rightfully so.
Okay.
But I
So
remember
Rose
that.
now is in a band called the Roadrunners, and they are a Joan Jett tribute band.
They're doing well. They played, God, I intended to see them in like Lorraine or something like that.
They played with me at the Lorraine Palace Theater.
That's what I'm thinking of then.
They're good. I like Rose.
So you're
I
born
like her a
and,
lot,
you're
too.
born and bred here, Cleveland, right?
Yeah, Northeast Ohio, actually,
Yeah.
Norton, Summit County represent. Not sure
Let's
why.
get back to pinball machine.
Let's do-
Let's talk tragedy.
Dude,
Let's talk
we were
tragedy.
gonna move on. I was gonna like step back.
So what happened was
This
Corey.
dick, I'm not even getting paid for this, man.
Corey ran into a little financial difficulty.
Well, Corey was put into some financial
put-
difficulty.
and like, I don't want to say I like it, but I people call me, hey, I need money. I got to sell this right away. So I usually,
If you don't act like they're here, nobody knows they're here.
yeah.
I'm saying hello. I brought them with me.
So a lot of times, and it happens more with tools. Hey man, I need some money. Want to buy this toolbox? I'm like, yeah. How much you want? Give me
That's
200
code.
bucks. Toolbox. $200. I'll take the tools. You know. So
You could get way more than that.
Corey called me. He's like, hey man, I run into some trouble. I need to sell my Guns N' Roses pinball machine. I'm like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, baby. I'm gonna give this kid $1,200 for this Guns N' Roses pinball machine. And he's like, I'm like, well, how much you want? And I was expecting to say 1,500, 1,800. He's like, well, they're going for 6,000. You know. So what do you think I did, Todd? I couldn't offer him 1,200. So I called Laz, and Laz bought it. It's in Laz's basement.
I was
right
around when that happened. Yeah.
And I will tell you a scary story. Obviously, I had to move the thing, right? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I had to move the thing. So I put it in my box
You guys are
truck.
so
Me and
polite
you
to
put it in
each
the
other.
box truck. And I drive it out to Grafton where he lives. And when I open the door of the truck, the autographed face, the glass, it fell. And I'm like, but it didn't break. So I'm
Good. All right, cool.
So who signed that? Duff.
Duff did, and that machine may or may not have been his to begin with.
Duff's to begin with,
Yeah,
yeah.
which we don't know. But so my question to you is it still in the family?
Absolutely.
In the family.
You want to go play it anytime you want, I'll let you play it.
I would love to play it anytime I want to. Meaning that's my I have very
wants it
few
back.
regrets in my life, and that's one of them.
I know.
And that's like kind of my bucket list. My second main bucket list thing is to figure out a way to get that friggin' thing back, dude.
He's a good guy. I mean,
Oh, I'm well aware. He invited us to that party, and that was a great time.
We do the party every year, so you're always any party we do.
He
you're-
should play at it.
You know what? Let's talk about that. We'll get Speed Rail to play next year.
Right
he
on,
always has
right
a
on.
couple bands. Yeah.
All right. Well, speak.
Oh, real quick, can I throw something out there real fast?
Throw
Real
whatever
fast,
you
because I
want.
am
No, no,
stoked about
talk
this.
about
Well, you're not done
everything.
talking. He's gonna go make some food for us, so we got.
I have one question for you.
Okay.
And then you guys are going to talk about.
Oh, I thought I was getting the shepherd's hook.
Oh no, you're here for the duration,
No,
bro.
you're
Right
working.
on.
You're working, but no paycheck.
You're here until the doors close. But speaking of things you might like to get back, which bass player left your bass in Scotland?
Oh, I
Nicky
knew.
Six, Peter Tork, Gene Simmons, or Todd Chason?
I'm talking Peter Tork.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, I hate getting rid of an instrument,
Yeah.
but when you told me where the hell it went,
Yeah.
and where the hell it stayed, and how stoked you were to get over there,
The,
dude.
the moorings in Aberdeen. The last show we played in Scotland, the bass was falling apart on me throughout the tour, and I kept repairing it. And by the time we got to the last date in Scotland, it was like I couldn't play it.
Wait a minute. This was one of his basses.
Yeah,
He gave me it was
BC
like
Rich Mockingbird.
Yeah,
When?
This would have been
2015.
No, it would have been
So-
earlier than that.
What was it? Was it?
It was maybe an imported version.
No,
It
no.
was
What band was it?
Tough.
It was tough.
Tough was in tour with Shameless, and we were touring all over the
Right.
UK.
You went. I didn't go. Great.
Right.
Fantastic.
Why didn't you go?
Money.
Oh,
Hey, let's talk about the grand scheme of money.
We got plenty of places you're going, and we're going to talk about
We're gonna
that
talk
next week or a couple coming weeks. But your bass, your kick-ass bass that I decked out with pot leaves and middle fingers and all sorts of stickers that we did over at Robin's house. Remember, we decorated the bass. And I treated it like I treat my favorite bass, but it just didn't hold up the
So
same way.
did you take it as your main bass or your
I took it as my
only
my
bass?
no, as my backup.
It was his backup. I made
It was
sure
my
that-
backup, and it just it was not going to make it home.
Well, let's
That's
stop
what
right
make-
there. Let's stop right there because I've never seen somebody play a bass the way that you play a bass.
And that's
it's really
why that thing fell apart because
it
that
really
was
is
pristine.
a street fight when you play a bass.
Kicks the thing's ass.
I'm not easy on the wood.
So technically,
Story of my
you
life.
should call ESP and say, look, you make quality stuff. I'm proving that 25 years of me street fighting this bass, fighting this thing like it's an enemy.
Oh, and I've slung it over my shoulder.
That was
and
the
it's
one in the
bounced
Kissing You Goodbye video, isn't it?
I'm not sure
The
if
one
it's-
you currently play? Or have played for a while? Did you strip it down with the logo?
It was a beautiful bass when I got
Some
it.
of those got stolen though, right?
I had so many guitars back then. This is the only one I have from after they were all taken. I bought a few basses. I've had friends or whatever and give me basses, but it's the only one that's lasted. An ESP, American made, custom made, beautiful piece of.
All right,
Manufacturing.
Corey, we just got a text message.
Okay.
Just hit up Chris Aiken. He'll get you a bass.
Right on.
You know, wait a minute.
Wait, I
Get him a bass. I need a guitar, Chris.
I only have one bass, bro. You got another bass I can borrow? I'll bring it
You kidding
back.
me? I got more basses than I have. Well, anything.
All right,
I
so you
can't
guys
eat
are
that.
gonna chit chat. I'm gonna make a little bit of food, but then we're gonna go into a new segment that I've got planned
All
out
right.
for this guy
all right,
here.
So
All right, so
Todd's
you
gonna
guys
step
talk.
off. Normally,
This
most
one-
radio shows or podcasts they have commercial breaks to go to, but we don't have any sponsors and we don't have any commercials, so we're talking straight through, baby.
Lucky audience.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Chris Aiken said another GNR, which I thought it said guitar. But
Oh, right
he's
on.
talking about not a bass, a pinball machine. Chris Aiken
Kick ass.
owns the Pinball Hall of Fame
Oh,
in
dude,
Pennsylvania.
we were just there a couple weeks ago.
How
You know,
badass is that?
so badass. Like me and I went there a few years back. Me and my wife at the time went, had a blast, spent all day there. We were just there last month. It was me and Stansberry from MMS and
Yep.
from WRQK, and our buddy Jesse Schultz, also from the industry. He's another iHeart guy. We spent all weekend long in Pittsburgh, dude. We did the Motley Crue, we did the stadium tour. Then we spent the day at the Pinball Museum at Pinball PA, and friggin' then we had Metallica the next night.
Damn.
Well, like as far as like bro
all right,
weekends go,
let's-
like everything I needed right there. So that would loved it there, dude.
Let's
That's
talk
great
about
shit. Go-
arcade games from the 80s.
Let's
and
do that. And
What
that-
is your favorite arcade video game from the 80s?
That would be Cubert.
Cubert. That's a good one.
That's another
Mine-
one that I pinned off, like just peeled off my collection, dude.
You had the Cubert, right?
Yeah,
Mine is Mr. Do.
I love that game.
Mr. Do's great. I hate it when people say, "Oh, that's like Dig Dug." It's far from Dig Dug. Everybody.
no,
Mr. Do is way better than Dig Dug. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of techniques, a lot of quirks with that game. If you search that game on the internet, it's so good. I've got a standalone Mr. Do at my mom's house in the barn, and I have a multi-cade at home, which I play Mr. Do on. I love
Nice.
Mr. Do. I can remember at Barbarino's Pizza in Columbia Station at 14 years old on my BMX bike, my mom calling, Billy, your mom called. You have to go home now for dinner. All right, after this game of Mr. Do. So,
Man, that's a great game. Like it's a good thing there aren't arcade games anymore. That they all cost like $3 to play, and there's nothing really cool going on. But like, I remember on the first day I ever like was aware of video games, my mom had to like lift me up to reach, and it was the first one I ever.
hey, we're going to
touched
take a
was-
call now.
Oh, are we? If this is my ex, dude, I'm gonna be so upset.
Hey, who's calling there? You're calling the Smoke and Talk and Roll hotline. Who's on the phone? Okay, I can do this. Hold on. No, keep talking.
You can do it, Billy.
I got it. Hey, you calling
Mr.
us-
Do does not even compare to Dig Dug. You need to
Oh.
stop it.
Are you kidding me? I will fight you over those words. Mr. Do is the king video game of all time.
I don't know if we can fight about this. We can talk about what makes them different and unique,
So,
but also similar.
On our hotline from the Pinball Museum Hall of Fame is
Hello,
Chris
sir.
Aiken. Hey, Chris. Oh, I meant.
What is up?
Wait a minute, Chris. I meant to do this.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you, crowd.
Dude, how are you?
Thanks for calling the
Good,
show.
man. How
Chris.
are you, man? Did you have fun out there last month, Corey?
Dude, I had a freaking blast. It was awesome. I was just like, what I was getting ready to say was like the first video game I ever touched when I was a kid. There were two of them. I remember my mom had to pick me up so I could reach the controls of Cubert.
Really?
And I didn't understand that. Jumped off the side 3 times, gone. There was whatever a quarter was, it was gone.
Gone, yeah.
And then the second one, dude, and it's a wonder I ever went back to video games ever. The very second video game I ever tried to play was Baby Pac-Man. And this was within 90 seconds of one another. That should have been enough right there between but being out there, holy crap, dude, like to touch a Cubert again, because I had one in my basement and I like took it for granted. But like to be able to touch a Baby Pac-Man again and be like, man, I would never figure this out at 3 years old.
Yeah.
But like just the opportunity to be able to go through each of those games and be like, oh, I've always wanted to. What would it be like to play? Oh, I don't know, Mappy with a big ass cabinet.
Mappy.
You find out, and you're like, okay, now I know. Good for me.
Mappy.
So you guys do kick ass work out there. It was a blast.
Chris, how's
Thanks, man. It's a fun gig.
So you could hook us up with the pinball machine here at Audio Bay, right?
Sure, if you need one, I'm sure with my warehouse that has like 800 or 900 in it that we're not using, I could probably get one.
Well, I happen to be in the market at some point for a GNR
For a
and a
GNR.
Cubert.
He'll find
but-
you one.
Now, one of these days, that's
Just hit me up. You guys both have my contact info. Hit me up.
oh, believe me, if I ever even dream of being close to where I need to be in order to replace arcade games, you'll be the first person I call, dude. That's a lifelong goal, is to just be happy
So
for long
I'll-
enough to get my
I'll
my
tell
stuff
you
back.
a good story. The grand opening of the museum. Chris, what is the actual title of the place?
It's just called Pinball PA now. It used to have a real long title, but
Yeah.
now I shortened it to Pinball PA.
The grand opening party was Ron Keel performing,
Oh, okay.
and we towed the smoker out, and we did a bunch of chicken and barbecue for a party out there, and it was fun. A funny story is Todd and I hooked up the smoker to the back of my Jeep, and we drove from Columbia Station all the way to the Pinball PA in Pittsburgh, outside of Pittsburgh. And when we got there,
That sucks in a car.
I realized I didn't click the trailer onto the trailer ball, so we rode out there with it just setting on there, and we made it all the way out there. I think we
made
were on a mission from God.
Mission accomplished.
We made it, and we made some good food. I performed a little bit. Ron Keel played, right, Chris?
Yeah, we had Ron played, you played. We just had the whole good party. It was a really fun weekend, to say the least. Boy, I was tired as hell though, and a little bit hungover by the end of that weekend.
How long ago was that?
That's probably about what 6, 7
8
years
years.
ago. 8 years ago.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Chris,
Congratulations.
what parties and what weekends are you not a little hungover from?
Hey, I barely ever drink these days, man. I'm a good Christian guy now.
Now, see, I didn't know whether to like react because. There we go. Okay, cool.
So we got to do an anniversary or something, a big concert out there. How's that place doing? Good? You guys survived?
Yeah, we survived COVID. That's the big thing, is that we somehow were able to survive COVID and keep going, and we're doing fine. I mean, we'll probably do something for the 10-year anniversary, I would imagine. It's coming up.
Okay, I'm going to put my order in right now. I, at some point, need a 4-player NBA Jam. The first one, not deluxe or, tournament. I need the 4-player original NBA Jam. Best sports video game ever.
Close.
Well, I'm going to put my order in now for my Thanksgiving dinner for Smokin' Rock and Roll for the next couple of years. Maybe we could trade.
Dunzo, man. I tell you what, we do a great Thanksgiving special here where we do turkey, smoked turkeys, all the sides, pies, everything. We've got a nice following. We do it every year, and Chris does order every year because he knows our food is good. And he's multiple years doing it, so we'll work a deal, Chris.
All right, that works for me.
Look at that.
So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to tell Todd, hey, we're going to give Chris free food for the next 3 years. And you're going to tell Ed, hey, we're going to give Billy an NBA jam. And that's all going to work out.
Keep me fat, keep you happy, right?
I'll take it all day long. And I will throw in a bonus, Chris. You haven't been over the house in years. You got to come over for one of Billy Morris's famous, home dinners. What used to happen was Chris would come over and work on my wife's website in trade for dinner, and I'd make some badass food for. I want to cook you, Chris. I want one of those giant cowboy T-bone cowboy steaks.
The old 96er or whatever.
Yeah, you got to eat the Uncle Buck old 96er.
Then you'll see more of that throwing up like you saw in Maui, dude.
Dude, can I come?
Do you remember, speaking of throwing up, do you remember the movie Stand
Speaking of
By
throwing
Me?
up.
Remember Stand By Me?
Yeah.
And they fed that kid all
Yeah.
those blueberry pies.
Shout out, wide look. Well, you can tell I'm about past
Nice.
my bedtime. I'm all slap happy.
So Chris has a great video or podcast called The Classic Metal Show. So
Yes, sir.
I will tell you this, that Tough was lucky enough to play. Was it the Rainbow Parking Lot Party? Is that what that was, Chris? Was it?
Fiore's. That was the thing at Fiore's.
No. The one that we played in Hollywood on Sunset Strip that I wore the Classic Metal Show T-shirt on. Was that the?
Oh, yeah. I think that's what.
Yeah, we played every year. Todd, is the Rainbow Party? Was that it? The Rainbow was the last time we played. Yeah, the Rainbow has an outdoor parking lot party, and
Yeah, it does.
Sorry about that text message. I flew the Classic Metal Show Colors T-shirt on stage there. Felt pretty good about it.
You're a good friend.
I walked off
Where's your
stage
MMS shirt?
and met Ron Jeremy. Hey, me and Ron. Oh,
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
And I
All
got
I
an appointment
remember
for him.
about your meeting with Ron Jeremy is that picture of that shirt that looked like he used it to wipe himself off with. It's
That's
horrendous.
exactly where my mind went right off the rip.
I'll show you
man.
the picture. It's not. It doesn't look good.
Well, neither
And I'm
does
all
he.
like, yes, Ron Jeremy, yeah.
See,
All
that's
right.
the thing. Being in radio as long as I was, I feel like I've seen Ron Jeremy around more than have seen my mother in the last 10 years. What do we have?
Wow. All right, Chris. Thanks for calling. We're gonna move on to the food portion of our show. Wait till you see this, Chris. You're gonna be a little envious of us right now.
Well, I'm watching.
Okay.
Right on.
Chris
Dude,
Aiken.
Chris, it's good to talk to you, dude.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for
So
calling,
good
bro.
talking to you guys.
Later,
So
man.
happy I missed that call. I'm just joking. Chris. I
Hi,
love
welcome
you, bro.
back, Todd.
All right, Chris. We'll talk to you soon. Check out this food. Later, bro.
All right, so part of the show is food, and we're test kitchening a few things. So, Corey, if you want to grab it, Billy,
Hell yeah.
want to grab it. Corey, for you, for me, and Billy, we're all facing the same way. So on your left, it's barbecue nigiri, and it was Billy's idea. So all I did was took his idea, and then I ran to the store and bought the stuff to
And
make
did
it.
all-
We have no chopsticks.
You don't need chopsticks. It's nigiri. You eat it with your hands, but I do got some napkins.
Okay.
So it is.
Hey, Doug, would
Yeah,
you go
once
in
you're-
that Coke cooler and get me another Strohs for me? Would you, buddy? Old pal, please.
So we're going to be presenting a barbecue trio at an event coming up soon. We won't say what event it is, but these are two of the three. So on the left, you've got our house-made smoked sausage that we grind and case ourselves on a sweet sticky rice with a Asian mustard aioli and fennel fran. And next to it is the same sticky rice with our house-smoked beef brisket, topped with
Thanks,
a
buddy.
hoisin barbecue sauce and green scallions. So this is kind of part of what we're playing around with going into the end of the season, guys. So
All right, we're gonna go sausage first.
Billy's idea. He's never ate it.
No, I never ate it, but I'm very, very impressed
go
with the
sausage first.
presentation.
Yeah.
Presentation is everything. We're
Presentation
going to go
is-
sausage first.
Big shock there, Billy.
Sausage.
Hell yeah.
I like that.
All right. Maybe a little too much rice, but we're testing. It's a test kitchen.
You think?
So Todd, I have a question about this.
Yes.
So earlier, when Matt was making the mustard, how did you tone it down from what it was? Because I had it uncut. And
So it was pure
bad.
mustard powder, Asian mustard powder, which is very powerful, which you just mix with some water. And then we added some honey and some mayonnaise to make it an aioli, to sweeten it up a little bit. So it doesn't. I would like it to be a little harder than what it is, but it's not. What you had, I had the same thing, and yeah, that'll kick your ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This kicked my ass. This is delicious, dude.
All right.
And I can't help but think when you said, like,
So,
the sticky sweet
how it
rice, I'm
hit
like,
me-
that's a tough song, isn't it?
How it hit me was I tasted the mustard first,
Okay.
and the rice hit my tongue. And then I tasted the sausage came on a little later, so it's a different
In a good way.
waves of flavor. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And then the fennel, which is a vegetable, but fennel seed is in sausage, which is why I did the fennel garnish to try and tie it all together.
All right. Now
So
we're
the
gonna
next
move
one
on.
is the brisket.
This is what is it? So this is beef brisket over sweet sticky rice and an Asian hoisin barbecue sauce, topped with scallions as a garnish.
Yes.
Here we go.
Right on.
That's good.
And again, it's either more brisket or less rice. But I'm getting there. I got a few days to figure it out.
Fucking awesome.
You wouldn't be mad at that at a barbecue party, right?
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
And Billy, it's your idea. You just said barbecue sushi, and I went,
Patent it now.
yeah,
It's delicious.
yeah.
See, I don't know the terms, but, like, I rarely eat, and certainly not for fun unless it's, like, candy. This is something that I would totally eat again, both of them, not one more than the other. So that's not even me, like, pandering to you.
I'll feed all you fuckers.
And you will. Dude, that was awesome. Thank
was
you,
great.
guys.
I'll do that all day long.
All right. So
You're,
now
you're close.
I'm close. I still got some work to do, and I
I
got
think
time
he's
to
there.
get it done.
All right.
So Corey, well,
Extreme close up on me.
You got
'cause
water?
I'm about to
I
drink
do
Stroh's.
not. You know, I left it over there.
oh, here
Thank
we go.
you so much. Thank you.
Corey, cheers on the
Cheers,
water.
you guys.
Something to wash down the sticky rice and the meat.
Salute.
Cheers.
All right, now we're gonna walk into a segment called Monkees versus Monkees.
What?
That is the segment, Corey. Designed
Okay.
just for you. It's called Monkees versus Monkees.
All right.
All right. So I've been gone. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but in preparation for any of our guests that come
Just
here,
what
I'm
kind of a
trying to find
butthole he
something
was.
personal to kind of tie you guys into our show. So
Merle called
Merle called. We're gonna get back to you, Merle.
barbecue sushi. Put it on the menu. Call it loudness.
Nice.
Dana's jealous you didn't have that name.
Loudness.
Monkey versus monkey. All right, Corey.
Easy
It's a
go as
very
well,
simple game. Billy, you can chime in as well. All right.
So what he tries to do is he tries to trick us, with questions.
Okay.
But
boy.
no risk or reward. Now that we're not eating the hot beans or whatever we did last
Normally
time.
we have sneaky jelly beans. You have to eat a certain like a habanero jelly bean.
I was gonna say up until there was a flavor involved, I'm like, well, this sounds like innuendo, and how bad do I want to win?
He's going to know all these answers, so he
Of
would
course
never
he is.
have to eat anything hot unless he guessed wrong. But which monkey starred in a movie with Clint Eastwood? A. Davy.
I know
B.
this one.
Clyde. C. Kong. D. Mickey.
Go ahead.
Dude, well I know it.
No, I'm asking you.
You're asking me.
Yeah, I'm asking you this one.
Right turn, Clyde.
All right, there we go. Is he right? All right. Oh, shit.
Did you know that?
I knew.
He knew it wasn't
You knew that?
I knew it wasn't
Kong.
Davy or Mickey.
But did you know Clyde? Right turn, Clyde. You ever see that movie?
No.
Oh my lord,
Yeah.
classic. Every Which Way But Loose.
Dude, I've seen 3 movies in my whole life.
Really, you're not a movie guy, huh?
No, and 2
How many of them had monkeys in them?
surprisingly, only
The monkey movie,
one.
right?
Only, yeah, one. The other 2 had. Well, the other 2 were licensed to drive. Figure that out. How is that the only other movie I've seen in my life? But yeah, I've seen like 4 movies ever.
All right, well, they're not all movie related.
Okay.
One is, that will be the last one. We'll see how you do. All right, which monkey was the leader of his group? A, Peter, B, Clyde, C, Michael, or D, Caesar?
I'm gonna go Peter.
And
I'm gonna go with Caesar.
there you go, Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
All right.
I thought we were calling back the tour manager.
It's-
I forgot there were other monkeys
it's
other than like
monkey
the
versus
monkeys. There are
monkeys,
no
you
other
guys.
things
Come
in the
on,
world.
try and
there
keep
are no
up.
such things as like the animal monkeys.
get your
We're
hands
only-
off me, you filthy animal! Right, Todd?
That's right. All right, 2 more. And they're terribly stupid, but in the best possible
But
way.
so am I.
Which monkey is the most curious? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to say this. A, Peter, B, Michael, C, George, or D, Mickey? Yeah, well, we won't even answer that one. You can tell who wrote it.
Curious Davy.
Which monkey made his acting debut in 1961? Bear from BJ and the Bear? Kong? Davy or the Grape Ape?
I'm going Kong.
No,
No, Kong was earlier than the '60s.
it was like 1933.
Oh shit!
Nice shooting, Deadeye.
What do you got?
Come on.
Uh,
Now you called your shot. You better get this right.
I didn't call any shot. I just called you out. There is somewhat of a difference. Can I get the?
The list again?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you know it's not Kong.
Right. Which monkey made his acting debut in 1961? Bear from BJ and the Bear.
That was a 70s, so
Kong,
no.
Davy, or the Grape Ape?
Here's where I'm not sure. Grape Ape is slightly before my time, but then again, so are the Monkees. But Davey, did he do Coronation Street in '61?
Winner! There
was that
it
it?
is. That's it.
Wait. The question to ask is: Grape Ape ever starred in a movie?
Oh, that too. We were talking.
Right.
I was clouded. You brought up one of the Monkees names.
He was in
and
a
I
commercial, the Grape Ape.
Yeah.
That's his acting debut. 1962.
Nice.
ABC.
You know that. You're a Monkees fiend.
I know now.
All right. We're gonna wrap this up by discussing our
He's
show
like,
coming up.
please wrap this up.
Are we wrapping up? We are wrapping up. I barely touched on half my
That's
topic.
okay. It was
And you
entertaining.
didn't
That's
get to
okay.
see
Well,
me touch myself, so
The shot
everybody
caller's
wins.
got to do her business. So
All right. Let's talk
got-
about that while the shot caller.
You want to talk about the show?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, because
Why
we're
not?
talking all about that next week.
So only promote it one time.
People's
gonna-
memory is small, dude.
I want to promote it.
Promote the show.
All right. So, Unlin, you know about the show coming up, right?
I do.
You coming?
These
I've
wings
been
don't tear
playing
up,
the
babe.
Speed rail.
Oh, speed rail. Well, I thought your drummer quit.
We're doing this again. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Shane, I guess there was talk about seeing if we wanted to do some Shock Cinema stuff. Like, yeah, that'd be fun as hell. And then I looked at the calendar. I'm like, can't. But the intention was there.
All right. So October 8th at the Mercury Music Lounge in Lakewood, my buddy Brad Slitt and I, we've been talking, and we thought, why don't we do a big show where we get all our friends together, do a free concert, and it's not about the money, it's not about the bands, it's not about our fans paying at the door to pay the bands. We want to have a party, all right? So back in the day, when Brad Slitt and I were younger, we did our Priscilla and Spoiled and Kidwick and all these bands. We were the glam rock representatives of Cleveland. We were the Poison and the Tough and Motley Crue of Cleveland.
Dig it.
So we're like, we want to do a show together. So we figured out the date. I found the club, Mercury Music Lounge. It's a great upstart, new big venue in Lakewood. And we're going to do a free show. It's going to open with Shock Frenzy. And then the Sammy T Sideshow, which features Sammy T, one of the bigger flamboyant glam singers of the band Spoiled and Rachel and Haven back in the day. A very good friend of mine and Todd's.
No doubt.
So because Sammy wanted to do this and we want to see Sammy sing again, I decided to play guitar for him, and I told Todd, you should consider playing bass.
Billy made me do it, gun to head.
And now Todd's playing bass, and we're gonna do some.
And somebody else was playing with us.
Oh, Billy Ciosi, former Kid Wicked
And
drummer.
there's still another guy playing with us.
Joey D, Fatal Charm, and the front man of the sensational Disco Inferno.
So Sammy T's got an all-star band.
All-star
Tremendous
band.
Liquid?
We're actually practicing. Oh, and Liquid, who you're a part of. We actually practice once a week, and we're gonna be pretty good. So we're doing some cover songs. We're doing a Rachel. Are we doing the Rachel song? You figured that out?
I know whatever songs are in the computer that I was told to learn.
We're doing some
and I know
Sammy
them better
originals.
than the guys that wrote them.
And we're gonna play a couple old Spoiled songs too.
Right
Sammy
like
will
it'll be a good
play, and then
Who's in
either-
Kid Wicked? I've been dying to know who's in Kid Wicked.
And Kid Wicked is going to be my current band right now, which is
Aaron Atkins?
Aaron Atkins on lead guitar, who's been the Kid Wicked lead guitar player for 30 years.
Oh, good.
Maybe not quite 30 years. I mean,
I was
yeah,
wondering
about
why
30
you
years.
weren't rehearsing, but we were. I was like, this guy doesn't even
Well,
rehearse.
we know the songs. The drummer, who's
That's the team spirit, Billy.
Tony Castillo, he'll be playing drums.
I like Tony.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he's learning the songs. And then Jeff Reddy on bass.
Nice
he lays
dude.
it down.
He lays it down.
Yeah, so we're actually going to practice Thursday. So Thursday, are we practicing with Sammy?
We are. We are 7 to 9 for us, and you got whatever time is left
All right,
after
so
that.
you Sammy will practice 7 to 8:30, and then we'll go on about 8:30, and then we'll take it from there.
Guys
You
are
don't
up
show
so
up till
late.
8:30.
These are weeknights you're talking about.
And then also Priscilla's playing. So Brad Slitt has a lineup of Priscilla. I don't know exactly who's in the band, but I do know Johnny Jail's playing guitar
Very
for
cool.
Priscilla. And they I don't know if you know this, but back in the day they released a song called Wake Up the Neighborhood, and they were pretty big on Z-Rock of all things. Remember Z-Rock?
I wasn't here then.
Yeah, but Z-Rock was a national
I had
radio
Z-Rock
thing.
in L.A., yeah, for
I
sure.
think they were based out of Texas or something, and they were good. I mean, and they,
AM 950. Where was that?
it was 107.3, I think, in Cleveland, Z-Rock. Anyway, each band's going to play about half hour, 45 minutes. It's free admission. It's October 8th, Saturday night at the Mercury Music Lounge in Lakewood, Ohio.
Billy is buying beer for everybody that
I'm not
shows
going to
up.
buy beer, but they're going to have, we're going to have 80s throwback prices. We're gonna all drinking Strohs that night. And then we're going to have an all-star jam. We have a bunch of other musicians coming out, and we're going to get Todd back up there. We're going to play all New Generation.
Good luck. I'll be in an Uber on my way home at that
No
point.
way. You are required to stay for the whole night.
That's going to cost you, pal.
Am I sitting in the middle of a dispute?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
No, this is how we talk every day.
Healthy battles. So next week we're going to have Brad Slitt on the show.
Brad Slitt and Sammy T will
Yep.
be on the show.
It'll be a 2-hour show. Oh, Sammy.
Is he calling in?
Oh, Torch is Too Kind is a Rachel song that was featured on Z-Rock as
Yeah.
well. And we're going to play that song. Yes, Sammy, thanks for quitting my band Spoiled to join Rachel. Way to go, bro.
Should we have Sammy T Sideshow play us out next weekend?
Yeah, let's do that.
How do we do that? Get a camera like in the other room to where it's just like the three of us really up close and tight. Just
Yeah, we can do that. We'll figure something out. We can do
Henry?
anything we want.
figure it out. All right,
So-
here comes the shot caller. She's going to drop it off and she's going to go talk to Henry about what we got. Corey's is in the middle. Got it. The virgin.
Corey,
The Voyagin.
You've met me.
I respect you, Corey. I
Thank
see
you
your,
so much.
I
Dude.
see your post.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like-
Bill?
Thank you. It's God, I
And
did love some
Dana's
drinking.
going to explain what's going on here once she gets back to the booth. But this is a tradition on the show.
It's beautiful.
But we host it in whatever way needs to be hosted. So, you ready, sweetheart?
Yes.
Tell the people what you know.
Am I on?
You are on.
You are
I
on.
don't have headphones. All right. Good evening, everybody. This cocktail or this shot today is inspired by one of my favorite cocktails called the Bee's Knees or the Bee Stinger, which is a gin cocktail. But I made a little shot version of it for you today. So it is gin. It's got fresh squeezed lemon juice in it, a little bit of lavender syrup, and then you're going to have marinated blueberries with honey. And there is also some honey in the simple syrup. And I shook it all up, And there you have it.
And what's in Corey's
Oh, it's
version?
called Generation Swine.
That is awesome.
So Corey's is lemonade with a little bit of lavender, honey, and marinated blueberries.
So how do we drink it?
fucking
We,
awesome.
So you drink
I
it-
recommend you eat the blueberries after you do
Okay.
the drink.
all right, hey,
Corey?
I'm going to send this out to Corey Roddick. Thanks for being our guest tonight.
Thank you guys so much
It's
for
an
having
honor.
me.
It's a definite honor.
It's an
Yeah.
honor to sit with you guys.
I hate when the time goes by so fast. I'm like, damn, we didn't even hang out.
but it goes by fast.
Cheers.
When you're talking good, cheers.
Cheers, and I want to say thank you guys so much for this. Sobriety's pretty awesome, and recovery is sweet. So
Let's
do
toast
this.
to your sobriety as well.
There you go.
Thank you, thank you. Abs.
Delish, as usual.
Dana's the shot caller.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.
And I'd like to remind everybody that after about 20 of these shows, Dana will be releasing a coffee table book of all of her shots.
Yeah. And Billy is financing that.
I will
so-
finance it, Dana, and you'll also do an audio book in Audio Bay Publishing.
Oh, she has the best voice on radio.
No
or
doubt.
at least on podcasts.
Did we talk about that yet?
We didn't talk about it yet, but Dana, you're going to be doing an audio book in the studio. So,
You
All
are,
right.
you
Have
are
it.
booked through the winter.
well, I want to thank everybody for listening. I didn't really get a chance to monitor Facebook because I was monitoring the Zoom. We got one call. That's good.
Cool.
It was a great one.
We'll have Corey back on in the future, and if I'm ever on vacation, you're stepping in for in this chair.
That would be a good
He's
fill-in.
smart,
I
yeah.
should have done that last week.
You're damn right you should have.
What are you doing next week? Aren't you busy?
I hope to be.
Todd's like, no, I have your schedule right here. It's a Dead Sea Scrolls, and out you go. But thank you guys so much for having me. Great times, man. And I've known both you guys for all these years, and
You're
I
family,
love
bro.
what you have going on here.
You're always welcome here. and-
family.
hey, man, like I did 30 years ago or 20 years ago.
Give me what? Give
You
me
need
my
a
shirt
hundo,
again?
I'll give you a hundo. You'll
Right
always
on,
pay
man.
me back.
And if you need a handy, I'm your man.
Again? Hey, so
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
with that being said, all right, so how do we get out of this? Do you play
No.
music, Henry, or we just say goodnight? Anything else you want to say, Ted?
Henry and Doug, hi.
No, I've got plenty of ammunition saved. Every week I have things that I want to talk about that we don't get to, that I keep pushing them.
And
It's
if
all
you
good.
are hungry this Thursday, and you're still tuned in listening to us, this Thursday we'll be in our parking lot serving barbecue ribs.
We'll be here on the
wings.
west side, Beechwood on the east side.
605 Clake Parkway is where the truck's at every Thursday. We do full barbecue menu with ribs and wings, and it's the best barbecue in town.
These guys kick total ass. I mean, like I don't even love eating, and you've seen me eat more often than my family members have in the last.
He miles some barbecue. So
exactly, these guys kick ass.
thanks so much. Let's do a toast to everybody that tuned in. Toast to my
Cheers to
partner
you.
Todd.
Salute.
Bang.
And we'll
Henry,
see you
thanks
next.
for being here. And that other guy next to you, what's his name? Greg? Greg's doing a
I
great
don't
job.
think so there.
We'll see you guys
That's
next
Bill.
Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in to the Smokin' Talk and Roll podcast. I'm Billy Morris, for my partner Todd Chason and our very special guest Corey Roddick. See you next week.
I'll feed
Cover
all you
loudly.
fuckers.